What is going on, family, fellow masters and princesses? I hope everyone is doing well today. And recently on a live stream, someone had put in a request to go down the path of checking out all the Band-Maid documentaries. And I thought that was an excellent idea because honestly, when it comes to Band-Maid, it's probably one of the bands that I feel like I have the least knowledge about the individual members and just the overall members in general. I have got a lot of information from you guys. I've finally learned how to speak Pigeon Po, and I learned how to speak Pigeon from my friend Bob. Shout out to you, Po. And watching that first Seiki documentary also very much helped a lot in learning how to speak the language, Po. So let's go ahead and check it out.
Welcome to Kanagawa Prefecture in the Tokyo area, a mixture of heavily urbanized areas, farmlands, and mountains, punctuated by the tourist destinations of Kamakura, Enoshima, and Hakone. Its capital, Yokohama, is the second biggest city in Japan and a port city, well known all over the world. Kanami was born in this prefecture near Yokohama on September 28th. Being the youngest child of her family with an older brother and sister. As both of her siblings were already learning piano, Kanami's mother asked her to learn piano as well. But she also liked to borrow and play with her brother's airsoft gun.
Nice.
Her parents wanted Kanami to try various activities like ballet, calligraphy, and English, to name a few. Over the years, Kanami continued to learn piano as she has a natural talent for it and really loves playing. A passion that she shared multiple times on social media.
Wow, this is pretty. Like, really pretty. I'm getting goosebumps and there's no words, man. That's hard to do with piano. I hear so much piano in my life.
Kanami confessed that from her childhood to her junior high school years, she only listened to classical music.
Oh my good God, man. I have to stop it here, man, because like I don't know if this is a song she's playing or if like it's an original song or if something that she's doing, whatever. But like I feel like when it comes to like what I look for in music is like when you can feel like the emotion in the actual music. When there's even no words, like, you know what I mean? Like the piano she's playing, there's a story that is being told through that piano that it doesn't need words, but it's being told. I can hear it. Like it's like I said, it's beautiful, man. I had to stop it for a second because it's so pretty. I like that. I like that so much. If there's like a version out there of this or something, I need to find it.
And was very influenced by Chopin. Kanami plays piano for the introduction of the song Start Over. She also performed the introduction of Daydreaming on piano live multiple times. In her interviews, Kanami describes herself as Tenin in Japanese, which is translated as natural funny man. Tenin literally means nature or natural. The word has been shortened from Tenin Boke. In Japan, there is a traditional comedy act known as manzai, where the humor comes from the interaction between a straight man and a funny man, not unlike the double act comedy in the West with Laurel and Hardy, for example, or Abbott and Costello. The funny man being the comic character.
Super old references for like American tie-togethers, like, but there's that's funny. That's funny how they use like such old references. I'm like, I wonder like who they even could like think about like for like now, but like instantaneously they went to like somebody like I didn't even think of, and then they went to Abbott and Costello, and I was like, that was like the first person that I thought of was like Abbott and Costello. And then like there's like been like tons of magician acts and stuff like that. The idea of like one being the straight man and one being like the off the wall character, like we see that like in television and movies like all the time too, especially as they say the West out here.
As opposed to the straight man in this comedy duo.
メンバークイズ出題してくれるのは誰だっ ちょクイズ教えてぽ。
はい、私の野望についてです。一つがさいちゃんと結婚すること、そしてもう一つは何でしょうか。
待って、さらっと野望がね、さいちゃんと結婚することってさらっと言ったっぽね。
さて、
さあミンチョのマイブームは何ですかぽ。
はい、ミンチョのマイブームは、ミサしか見れないインスタのアカウントをやってるんですけど、自分が
ミサ限定なの。
ミサしか見れないからフォロワーもミサしかいない
なんで？
でそれでご飯を作ったら、そこに載せて、で偉いって書いたりしたらミサが偉いねってコメントLINE でやれ
どうしてインスタに作ったっぽ。
こうやってね、ご飯作ったら並んでいくじゃん、でそれでちゃんと手料理を作るっていうモチベーションを上げるためにやっております。素敵なマイブームだねありがとう。
なんでミサ一人なんだぽ。ミサが先生なの？
ミサはね、偉いねって褒めてくれる。
褒めてくれるからミサを選んだ。なるほどね。絶対ミサちゃんだったらいいねってしてくれるからってこと？はいはい。でそれをさいちゃんには見せないと？
見てくれる？
あ、じゃあやっぱミサだけだ。じゃあミサちゃんこれからも頑張ってください。
全員いいねしてるから。
全員いいね。
ありがとう。
In Kanami's case, her
That's me, man.
funny
Give likes to all. You gotta give likes to everything, man. You gotta show love and support. Help the algo boost it.
talk is not deliberate, but natural. It's like that friend you have who is smart, but naturally strange in a funny way, if that makes sense.
ありがとうございました。
面接じゃないんですよ。本当に。
Saiki and Miku talked about Kanami during an episode of the radio show Band-Maid Nippon.
まずはじゃあギターのかなみちゃん。
はい。
かなみちゃんもねちょっととても不思議な感じなんですよ。なんだろう、小鳩が多分一番バンドメイドでやばいって
思われ
てるんですけど、ぽかなみちゃんもなかなかだと小鳩は思うぽ
は同感です。
ね、同感でしょぽ。
なんかね、かなみちゃんはあれなんだよね。二面性があるっていう
そうだぽね。
言い方していいの？
なんか普段は本当にふわふわしてて、すごくなんだろう、ほんわかしたね、お嬢様みたいな、
お姫様みたい。
あ、そうだっぱね。
おとぎの国のお姫様みたいな。
眠ってそう。
あ、そう、眠り姫っぽい。なんかおしとやかなお姫様って感じ。
そうだっぽね。小鳥たちとかと遊んでそうなイメージだっぽ。森の中で。
There was also a moment during the US tour in 2022 where Kanami introduced herself for the second time when the crowd was calling her name. In senior high school, Kanami joined a popular music club as a keyboardist, but started to learn guitar a few months later after watching a senior classmate play. Kanami wanted to play guitar to look cool in the eyes of the other girls. And it worked.
ギターを弾いてるかなみ先輩ってかっこいいよねって言ってもらえるようになって、それが気持ちよくてずっとギターを弾いてました。
This is the beginning of Kanami's journey as a guitarist.
Hell yeah, baby. Hell yeah.
She started to learn the basics by herself without any knowledge or even a band to practice with. At one point, a third-year senior who taught her guitar asked Kanami to join his band composed of classmates. The members gave Kanami songs to learn from bands like Kiss, Metallica, and Deep Purple. But the first song she had to learn was However by Glay. As she was covering more and more songs from Western hard rock bands, Kanami had so much fun that she decided to create her own one-person band. filling all the roles herself.
Fire.
Kanami was not really into the idea of joining as a band, as it's difficult to find one where all the members have the same level of motivation and the same ambitions. This is why Kanami started to learn programming and write her own songs so she wouldn't have to rely on a band. Kanami wanted to enroll in a university of music, but she finally followed her parents' wishes and went to a regular university where she studied economics and management to learn how to promote herself as a professional musician. Even though she was still a student, Kanami worked hard to polish her skills and find her way through the music industry. She built a soundproof room and took singing lessons, even though she didn't really like to sing. Kanami also posted a lot of covers on YouTube and Nico Nico, until one day, someone finally contacted her.
Oh, man.
Kanami.
All right, we have to stop for just a second and just give her some praise overall and the fact that, like, her riffs are so sick, man. They really are. Like, as soon as they said that she, like, started playing piano, I was like, that's why she can shred on a guitar the way that she does. It's because she's so used to being able to use every single finger to play so many notes that it just translates now onto strings. And thank God she did, man. Thank God she did, because even when she's playing like covers of other songs, like she just plays like dope riffs.
Kanami's hard work paid off as she was contacted to join a female rock band.
Mincho 最初に見つけて、ね、で見つけてもらって声かけてもらって、どこで見つけるの？ネットで動画をやっぱ弾いてみたみたいな上げてて、そこからで私がもともとはシンガーソングライターを弾き語りでこう歌いますみたいな。
That's why I like her so much, man. Because I mean, I feel like that's the thing, man. It's weird to really think about, like, when you think about like how like you're naturally drawn to like people more than other people, and I've always been like naturally drawn to Kanami, even though like she's not the singer, right? Like she's a guitar player, and a lot of times guitar players are the singers as well, but she's just one part of the overall band, right? Like, you know, Band-Maid is an entire group here. So like, it's hard to just really be infatuated with just the singer or just one person. It's more like the idea of the group, but the idea of like just naturally being like, you know, more like pulled towards a person, right? And you guys have heard me talk about a lot about the fact that, like, for me, the thing that I am the most drawn to is like singer-songwriters, right? Is like, that is like my bag 1000%, is like the people who write and share their stories. I want to hear from those people. Like, and so like the fact that like, you know, we're not necessarily hearing that from like in like her, basically her sing and tell her story through Band-Maid, she still has that in her. Does that make sense? Like she started off doing that. Like she was writing every single piece of it. She could have been one of those people that was like an all-in-one person that would be like a self-performing, like, you know, she could have taught herself that stuff if she wanted to. Like, but the fact that she ended up in Band-Maid is obviously really great for the Band-Maid, obviously, and for the fans and everything like that. So we're glad that she is here. But yeah, like I feel like it's just kind of interesting how like there was like something about her where I was like, I don't know why, but like I keep getting drawn to her for some reason. Like, I don't know why. It's because I'm like, every single band member is great in their own way. Like for what they're supposed to do, they all shine. But for some reason, like I've always kind of like, you know, for some reason that side of the stage just keeps kind of like, I keep gearing that way. Does that make sense?
She met with the management who explained the concept and played songs made for the band. For the maid outfits, Kanami had already performed in one during a school culture festival, so it was not a problem for her as she really liked the concept. As for the songs, she found that they were cool, so she immediately said yes.
Didn't like the maid
Plus,
outfits.
She always wanted to be a lead guitarist and work with a female lead singer without having to sing. From this moment, Kanami was the first member to join Band-Maid.
Nice.
At the beginning, the songs performed by Band-Maid were sent by external songwriters and selected by the members. After listening to the A-side of Band-Maid's first single called Ai to Jonetsu no Matadoru, we can imagine that Kanami mentioned her love for Santana, a famous Mexican guitarist, singer,
Beautiful.
and songwriter.
Love it. Love
She found Santana thanks to her father's vinyl collection, as he listened mostly to rock from the 70s and the 80s. Kanami was still a novice in songwriting, but she continued to submit her songs anyway. Although it was really hard for her to keep writing all those songs that were never approved. Thankfully, Kanami had the support of Saiki, who encouraged her to continue to write more and more. While performing the songs provided by the songwriters, Kanami kept on learning and improving until her determination was finally rewarded when, 2 years after their formation, the first ever song written and arranged by Band-Maid was released.
Almost like all these songs I haven't heard yet.
Kanami is the kind of person who has to compose all the time. She loves to create new songs and takes requests from the other members when they have an idea. It's even easier for Kanami this way as she doesn't have to start from scratch.
Fire.
When she does, Kanami uses a riff or a melody, writes around it, and sends each part to each member, starting with Misa. There are not a lot of directions for Misa to follow except when Kanami wants her to slap or stand out during a specific part of the song. Misa, being a very fast worker, gets her response to Kanami quickly, which means then Kanami can start programming the drums for Akane. At first, Kanami received a lot of feedback from Akane about the drums being impossible or requiring 5 arms, but with time, she improved her programming and wrote difficult but playable drums with the help of Akane. Let's take Black Hole, for example.
でもあそこは最初もっと難しかったんです。これは無理って言われて代わりに出してもらった別パターンを採用してます。辛口とか地獄とか名付けられたパターンも送ってもらったんですけど、確か地獄っていうパターンになったんだと思います。
I love this,
Kanami
man. These
wanted
guys,
Black Hole to be
these
the
ladies are
fastest
great.
song possible, but also chaotic, which makes it even harder for Akane. With Akane's drums locked in, Kanami can add the guitars and work with Saiki on the lead vocals. The first demo of a song is actually recorded on a piano by Kanami with her voice as the demo for the vocals, so the song might change completely when Saiki's voice is added. A part of this process was featured in the Band-Maid US Tour 2022 documentary, where we can see Kanami presenting her idea for Memorable to Saiki.
La 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 la
For backing vocals, Kanami proposes some of them, Miku and Saiki also propose some others, and finally, their vocal director sometimes gives advice during the recording sessions. The rhythm guitar is something Kanami adds at the end of her writing process. When Miku has to sing, her part is, of course, simplified, but Kanami doesn't think much about this when composing. Talking about Miku, Kanami's way of writing is totally different when she writes a song for Miku, like Sayanakadori. Even though Kanami adopts her writing to Miku's voice, she wants Miku to grow as a singer, so she is always trying to challenge her.
この最後は変えてほしいって小鳩に言われたので、ちょっと成長の意味も込めて変えたら、最初高くて出るかわかんないって言われちゃって、頑張れって。
Kanami has had a lot of different guitars over the years. She has used a Flying V, a Les Paul, and Strat-style guitars. Her first collaboration was with a Dictone, when Kanami was officially endorsed by the brand on May 21st, 2016. Kanami even had her own signature model, the Dictone Modern Series 2.8 Signature, in two colors, red and green. But there is one brand that we are used to seeing Kanami with for a few years now. Paul Reed Smith Guitars, or PRS. At the beginning of 2017, Kanami switched from a Dictone to PRS, which was not leaving her previous endorser in good terms with Band-Maid's management, who was accused of forcing Kanami to switch to PRS guitars. For the release of their first major album called Just Bring It, Band-Maid recorded the music video of Don't You Tell Me, where we can see Kanami playing with a brand new PRS 408 Fire Red Burst, borrowed from a guitarist amongst Band-Maid staff. One thing for sure, Kanami fell in love with PRS guitars.
もうファーストタッチで、うわ弾きやすい、手に吸い付くってなって、で、音的にも特徴的なサウンドじゃないですか。私は特徴が欲しかったんですよね、バンドメイドに。ただ PRS ってしっかり弾かないとちゃんと鳴らないギターなので、今でも結構苦戦してるところがあるんですけど、でもこの PRS を使いこなせるようになったら、きっとどのギターでも使いこなせると思ったので PRS にしました。これだとなりました。直感だったと思います。音も弾き心地もこれがいい。でもしっかり弾かないと音が鳴らないみたいな。難しいけど、でもこれっていう感じでした。
Mincho comes from her username from the time she posted videos online, which was Kanamincho. Incho is a suffix to give a cute feel to a name that usually ended with a vowel I. This is how Kanami chose the nickname Kanamincho, then shortened into Mincho. It has been mentioned multiple times by the members that Kanami has a switch when she is playing guitar.
ライブお給仕の時にギターを持ってこうお給仕に臨むと、なんだかこう人格が変わるというか、少しオラオラ系になるみたいで、
急に変わって、すごいこうやってきます。マジで？このKanamiがギター持ってこうやってやってきますから。
急に小鳩のマイク奪ってちょっと話したりとかする時とかもあって。
小バトメンバーたちもすごいびっくりしちゃうみたいな時があります。
そんな身内もびっくりするぐらいなんだ。
でも打ち合わせとか全くなしで、
いつ出てくるかもわからない。その時はなんかトランス状態みたいな感じっぽくて、私何やってたっていうのがあって、今日はねシンバルをかかと落とししてたみたいな。
This moment can be seen when the camera is on Kanami right after a short pose. Kanami enters in Mincho mode to focus on her music. Sometimes, Mincho becomes out of control, and it looks like this.
That's what I'm talking about right there. Ha
ミンチョはじゃあ最初にサイちゃんに会った時の印象、ミンチョは
記憶あるとこからでいいよ。
記憶あるところから
今記憶ないかもしれないからと
記憶があるところだとぶっちゃけるとあーちゃんが最初にサイちゃんサイちゃんのことを先にあーちゃんが会ってたから多分かなみは嫌いなタイプの人だと思うって言われてた
あったね。
結構それ言ってたね最初。
そうだからすごいビクビクしながら会ってあこの人かみたいなでも話したらあれ普通に話せるってなってどっちだってなって
Since Kanami met with Saiki, she can't stop showing how much she loves and admires her. It started with the first music video of Don't You Tell Me, where the personality of each member is highlighted for the first time. Since then, she's always showing her support to Saiki during live performances.
私はすごくボーカルの最近のことが大好きなので、はい、一緒にアコースティックでこうできて。いいんだよ、そんなこと言わなくて。
It's so cute.
素敵でしょ。
素敵。
はい。素敵です。
素敵です。さいちゃんとっても素敵です。ありがとう。
It's been something used by the members for years during MCs. Sometimes, those moments are very sweet. And sometimes, it gives us a memorable moment.
Kanami is Japanese hentai.
Saiki also likes to play this card with Kanami during songs for some funny stage interactions. One thing for sure, with these two on stage, you can expect a lot of emotions coming through their performance as they adore those special moments with just the two of them.
僕たちはきっと形にとらわれてばかりで言葉を探し迷うよりも今はただ抱きしめてもう一度だけ願うほどなんてこんなどうにもで
Music has been a part of Kanami's life since her childhood, and even if her passion for the guitar started late, Kanami worked hard to master the instrument, songwriting, and song production. Since that moment, every decision she made helped shape the passionate guitarist that we know today. Always impressive when she's on stage with her ability to convey emotions through her guitar, Kanami has moved a lot of fans over the years. From a try-it-all to a do-it-all, Kanami always had the ambitions to break through the music industry. And by joining Band-Maid, she was able to improve her play, learn from professional songwriters, and pursue her dream. Thanks to her Band-Maid support, Kanami continued to write song after song until they were approved by the management. And since 2016, she is the genius who writes Band-Maid's music. Improving and evolving song after song, exploring new territories, challenging her bandmates and herself by making songs that sound good instead of being just easy to play.
でもとにかく音楽には一生関わっていたいなっていうメンバーたちなんですよ、一人一人が。だからそれこそこれから10年後にどうなっているかは正直わからないし、5年後だって見当もつかないんですけど、音楽では絶対つながっていたいって思うメンバーたちですね。もうこのバンド、このメンバーが大好きすぎて、このメンバーと離れるのが絶対嫌だって思うんです。この先も少し立ち止まるような時が来るかもしれないですけど、このメンバーたちに囲まれているからこそ自分は続けられているというか、続けることを目的に続けてきたわけじゃなくて、本当に気づいたら続けられていたっていう感じで入れているのは今のメンバーだからなんだなって思います。
Kanami's path has never been an easy one, but she managed to keep moving forward, destroying every obstacle in her way. Even when she is tired to the point of where she can't barely stand, Kanami will always give everything on stage with the biggest smile. She is a mixture of passion, energy, and joy, who is and always will be full of surprises. Kanami, the genius composer.
I'm telling you, she just knows how to do it. She writes stories through like the way that she writes these melodies and these riffs and composes this music. Again, another great documentary about Band-Maid. I feel like it's super informative. It's given me so much more information. I feel like I'm learning so much from like these like 30-minute clips of like individual band members. I feel like I'm learning so much about them along the way, and I'm just loving them so far. I'm just having a hard time getting over the fact that she literally like composes all of it. Like, it's so impressive. It's extremely like, you know, just like multi-talented. It's mind-blowing, if you will, and it honestly makes sense to me because like when you got so many members of a band, it's kind of hard to make like the cohesive sound because everybody kind of has like different styles and different preferences on what just even kind of music that they even enjoy. So sometimes it's hard to kind of come together with so many members when it's a little bit easier to kind of let some person take one reign of it and then you kind of add your part to it. So it's like, I do it and I give it to you and then we talk about it. And we kind of go from there and we kind of figure it all out and how it all pieces together to make this entire puzzle one beautiful song. Overall, I'm really enjoying these documentaries. I feel like I'm learning a lot, and I believe that Misa is the next one on the list, so make sure that that is the right one for me to check out next, and we will get that one rocking. I appreciate you guys so much for hanging out with me today. If you have not joined the Foxtrot family, there's always room for you. Until next time, I appreciate you for watching.